But I'm glad, we are really discussing this because this is more like an epitome of tolerance. This panel is made of people from different worldviews discussing an issue like this. And that is what our society is supposed to be. And what we find is that we have a trend that is going on where, like Greg pointed out, you see people pointing out that somebody is either intolerant or a bigot or something when they are actually bringing up ideas. So the major thing I got from his talk is the real issue is about this ideology that is purely self-referentially incoherent. That is to say, you are in a process of not tolerating somebody else's views, and you are calling him intolerant. So if you use the same standard and apply it to yourself and what you are saying, you will see that you fall into the same trap. That is what it means to be self-referentially incoherent. So the postmodern definition of tolerance cannot be sustained. And I hope that our message today, that all of us here are going to live here with, is that whether we are of one view or the other, we need to stand together against this postmodern trend, whereby if somebody disagrees with you, then you are free to leave the issues aside and attack the person. That is totally wrong. And we see this playing out even at the highest echelons of power in this country right now. We have a bad situation where you don't even want your kids to listen to political news because all you hear is, or you see, is just bickering, This party, calling the other party names and the other one, calling the other one name. And you are looking for what is the substance of the issues at stake. They leave the substance and they keep calling names. So it's a time for there to be a new move of people who would stand on the classic definition of tolerance. In fact, they state the dictionary meaning of tolerance. It's when there are divergent worldviews, ideas or behaviors, the ability or willingness to tolerate one another in such situations. That's still the meaning. So we need to do that, and I'm sorry about the story you told where homosexuals, were surveyed and they had that kind of experience. And that also plays out to what Greg was sharing. And that is to say that attacking a homosexual because he's homosexual is attacking the person, not the idea. And then focusing on the attacks on the person and leaving their ideas out, the divergent worldviews, is also a problem. Because that's another trend that I notice when we have people who have been victimized. And then we are really standing against that victimization, but we stay there and leave the issues at stake. Can I support a homosexual who was victimized and at the same time hold my view that is not in support of homosexuality as a concept? If you get what I'm saying. We need to be able to also differentiate between persons and the views. So when persons are attacked, I believe that it is a universal position for all human beings to stand against anything that is wrong. Anybody that is being violated or anybody that is being victimized or abused, we need to stand together to oppose that abuse. But that shouldn't make me go all the way now to drop my own conviction either way and then follow and all join. So everybody is not supposed to be, or we never really get to a point where all of us agree on every issue that comes up. But we should also know that when any group of people are being victimized, for example, Greg's talk today used the example of Christians being called bigots, intolerant and all that. Now, whether you're a Christian or not, it is your responsibility at any point in time when you're in a place where people are using that to say, no. We also still need to tolerate their views. We might not like it, but we need to tolerate their views also and allow it to be on the table. So that is when tolerance is really tolerance. So when we get rid of genetic fallacies, calling everybody the same names and all that, and get rid of just hating people without even knowing them first, then we will begin to come back to the actual meaning of tolerance. Thank you.